Let's make a carrot nose for our snowman, and to do that we'll start with a cone. So go over to the drop down menu and choose cone. And let me zoom out a little bit. As you may have noticed, I'm going to hold down one, click, hold, drag. I like to pull things up on the y-axis, so pull the cone up out of the way of your snowman. Remember, you can use one, click, hold, drag to pan the camera to get it positioned okay. So anyway, let's shape this to get it kind of the right size. So cone is selected. Go to, make sure you're in model mode, and then you'll see these amber handles here. So grab the amber handle and pull it in and just kind of guess what would be a good radius. Of course, it's too big right now, but let's see, that radius looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. So let's look over in the attributes. You can see the bottom radius is 7.2. Let's just change that to 7 even for the bottom radius. Top radius is 0. You want it as a point. But the height is too much. So let's take a look at that. I'm just going to grab the amber handle at the point and pull it down until I get something that looks... All I'm doing is like looking at relative sizes here. That looks pretty good. Okay, so what is it over here? We got the height is 92, so let's just change that to 90. So bottom radius 7, height is 90, and that's where we will start with our carrot. Just for the heck of it, instead of cone, let's go up here and let's call this carrot, just to stay ahead of the game here. Okay. On the Mac, you can hit the letter O or Alt-O on the PC, and it'll frame this object. So let's work on this. Now, our mission in life is to get this very regular cone, to put some bends and curves in it to make it look more organic. So we're going to make it an editable object. But first, one thing we want to check is how many height segments do we have to work with here, because that's what we're going to be adjusting. If we look over here in the attribute manager, we got 4 height segments. Well, that's sounds okay. Oh wait, let's change this. Now I'm thinking about the rotation segments. Let's increase that to 32, just to make it nice and smooth. Okay, so we have 4 rotation segments. Well, what does that mean? We can't see them. If you watch the intro videos, you know we can go to display, and Guru shading is our default. Guru shading lines, if we select that, we can see where the segments and the height segments and the rotation segments are, which is good. That's what we want when we work on this thing. Just let me go back to Guru shading, the default. Remember, as a shortcut, you can hit the letter N as in Nevada, and this little menu will come up for the different display options. So according to the little menu, if I hit the letter B, as in boy, the Guru shading with lines is apparent. So that's cool. All right, so we want to make this editable and then adjust it. So we can make it editable one of 2 ways. We can hit the letter C on the keyboard, or come over to this menu, come over to this icon at the bottom of this menu here. Click Make Editable. And remember, when we click Make Editable, the icon next to the object will change. That means we cannot enter parameters of radius and height anymore. Okay, so it's a different animal now. Alright, so what we want to do is make this like curvy. So let's go to our foreview by clicking Toggle Active View. The view down here in the front is what's going to be most useful to us. So cursor over this pane here and hit the letter O on the Mac or Alt-O on the PC, and then this cone is fully visible. In the front view pane, hit the Toggle Active View icon and now the entire, now it's on the big screen. All right, so what we have three really that we're working with, lines of points that we want to adjust. Go up here to the modes and click on point mode, and choose our selection tool. In this case, the most logical selection tool will be the rectangle selection tool. We could use the brush selection tool as well, but anyway, but it's just a little bit easier for what we're doing. Now, with the rectangle selection tool selected, the attributes manager will show attributes of the tools you're using as well. In the attributes manager, click on options and make sure visible only is deselected. By default, it's typically selected, and I covered this in the intro videos. Make sure it's deselected. Okay, so that's all cool. With the rectangle selection tool, we're in point mode. Click, hold, and drag and select that entire top row of points. Grab the x-axis and just pull it over a tiny bit to the right. Doesn't have to be precise or anything. With the selection tool, rectangle selection tool, click, hold, and drag the bottom, or not really the bottom, but the second to the bottom row, and also click, hold, and drag that to the right. So now we have like this curvy, bendy carrot shape. And we could also, adjust this along the y-axis as well. Let's at whatever, but this is good enough. Anyway, so click the toggle active view icon, and then over in the perspective view, click the toggle active view icon there, and there's our wonderful carrot. You can just click anywhere to deselect. Now we want to rotate this carrot and put it into the snowman's face. To rotate it, we have to go into model mode, and this is one thing as beginners in 3D modeling, it can be frustrating if you don't, stuff won't work right unless you're in the correct mode. So make sure, click on model mode. Now you're in model mode. Okay, now let's just zoom out here. I'm going to hold down the 2 key, click, hold, and drag. Actually, let me go to view, frame all. Okay, now we can see everything. I'm in model mode. I got my carrot selected. I'm going to hit the rotation tool. I can also hit the letter R to get that. So I'm going to rotate my carrot. Now I want to rotate it around the X axis so it's pointing forward. And if you're confused on what the heck is going on, you can hold down Alt or Option and toggle around so you can see where is the point of the carrot supposed to go. Well, if you grab only the red band here and pull it, and if you want it exactly super duper precise, you would have it at what, 90 degrees, right? Okay, so we can see carrot coordinates, and we can set this to exactly to 90. That being said, with this model you can guess, just get it close. But anyway, I set that to 90. Now I want to move this, so I'm going to disable the rotation tool and select the move tool, which is the letter E, and I can pull it down, and I could go into the 4 views and get, and mess around with this, but I'm just going to position this from the and that looks good. I just moved it around in the perspective view. And if you want, you can bail out of the display with the lines. You can go to display Guru shading, And let's see what we got here. That's our cute little... my carrot's kind of long, but you know what? I really don't mind that. It is kind of long. Probably if I was redoing this, I would probably make the carrot a little bit shorter. But I'm just going to put it a little bit. For this project, this is just fine. Okay, so anyway, File, Save Project, or Command or Control S, and then I will see you in the next video.